Hello. Today I will be talking about a few applications to use in the classroom. It works with class management and behavior. The first one you will be seeing is Class Dojo, which is our main application to talk about, especially maybe because it's free and the other ones have a cost behind it. So this application, it's a really good one. I used to use it before. It is very, very easy to use. The interface is super simple, has all kinds of advantages. You can watch a few tutorials in YouTube about how to use it, and in 5 to 10 minutes, you'll be an expert. You can use avatars, you can use class lists, attendance. You can change your pricing or your award system by using only positive and not using the negative one. You can use both of them, or you can choose not to use them at all. I chose not to use them for reasons that I will explain in a moment. But before I continue, I would like to speak about the other applications I learned about. I'm going to go from the last one I liked to the one I liked the most. I want to start with Super Duper Data Tracker. Although it's an amazing application, has all kinds of functions and utilities, it's kind of sketchy to use. It's you have to go to a lot of screens, and I think it will be time consuming. Although if you have it set it up to work with your iPad or iPod or iPhone before the class, I think it's pretty. And if you get used to it, it's going to be pretty fast to use. But that's a limitation. The limitation will be standing in that you can only use it with an iPad or an iPod or an iPhone. As for some schools are not moving towards Apple products. As for our school, we are Windows based, and it wouldn't be working fine here unless the teacher chooses to use it. Also, it has a cost behind. If your school is moving towards Apple, this will be a great option, as all your students will be having a tablet or an iPhone, and they can check immediately what's the teacher doing to send feedback, and this feedback can be sent to parents as well. It is a good application. It has more or less the same things that all the ones we're looking for are using. It's pretty much straightforward. Now I'm going to go to noise level. This one it's has a free online version, limited to Chrome and Opera browsers. So you have to be aware that you can only use all those two. You definitely need a microphone. As for our classrooms, for example, we are not provided with microphone. It will be a teacher provided, or you're going to use your personal computers. It measures the noise in your classroom. I can see this one very useful for lower grades, as sometimes they tend to be a little bit noisy. That's the only part I saw about this one. If you need the real good one that has a lot, all the bells and whistles, you're going to need to pay for that one. The next one, I'm going to talk about the teacher kit. I like this one very much. I'm going to click here. This part is about how it works, what it has. It works for Apple and works for Windows. Keep your data safe. It's connected to a cloud. That's also a good one because you can manage your students from anywhere. You don't have to be connected to a network. You can manage your students. You can see the list, manage your class, import export data, acquire reports, which is the best thing I've seen, even better than the one I was using with Class Dojo. It's really great. Just click here, and what happens is you get all kinds of reports. I am going to open one just randomly so you can see it for a moment. And in this report that we'll open in a moment, sorry, the internet is pretty slow, but it brings a lot of information that's useful for the teacher. And even though if you're going to have a parent-teacher conference, it will bring up a lot of information. It has all kinds, for example, here the roster and how it's performing. It has 4 pages here. It has some graphs about being present, absent, late, sick. It has bars. It's really good. It's very professional. So this is one of the great options about Feature Kit. It has a lot of functions. You can work with avatars as well as Class Dojo. You can work with student lists, and you can change your settings any way you want. And the great thing is that you can use a Dropbox, as you can see here, and it's remote. Now let's go to our main application, which is free. Sorry, I didn't mention that Teacher Kit has a cost, and the cost is, if you want to buy it for yourself, it's about $39. But schools have bundles, and maybe your school can buy a bundle for this one, which is a lot more professional than the free ones. It has all the functionalities you need for a paid application. It's $40, and you can get also space on the Dropbox to share with, which is also another advantage. Now, again, as I said, I want to go back to Class Dojo. Um, it's the one I've used before. It's very good. I would say you can use it all across the K to 12. Nevertheless, it works much better with elementary course grades. I also say that the tools that this application has are pretty easy to use and good ones. I like them, and it has lots of benefits. The limitations, I will mention them in a moment. The limitations are basically, as I see it, they diminish some time of your academic time. In my case, I have 45-minute periods, and sometimes it's kind of a waste of time to try to set it up and get the award system. So that's why I disconnected from my class. It has a one-click reward. It's not much of an option. That's what you get. You don't get a way of changing. Just click, you get a positive or you get a negative. Uh, some of the times, some teachers will display this one, or other students will be curious of what's going on the reward system. And also, that's a distraction and might sometimes become a problem between students, especially when there are picky ones. And the same thing will happen with parents. Parents sometimes will come to you and request information of what happened in that class. You go, why? The little boy, little girl has a red mark on the graph at the end of the week. And that, well, you can troubleshoot that one. It's not a big deal, but it might be one of the limitations. In general, it's a positive application you can use in your classroom. I definitely will suggest using if your school does not have a platform as we have. And I'm not using this one, and you can say that no updates from 52 weeks. I stopped using this one 1 year ago as I moved completely to our Moodle application that has most of the uh, things that we can do in this application, but except for the reward. The reward thing Moodle does not have. And that's the big advantage on this one. I hope I have been pretty clear on this ones. So again, I'm going to review Class Dojo, Teacher Kit you pay for. Too Noisy measures the noise on your classroom, and Super Duper Data Tracker. If you have an Apple-based school, or you have tablet, iPads, iPhones, or iPods in your classroom, it's a great application. Has a lot of functions. You should, as I'm going to mention now, you should go to this page, watch the videos, and read the FAQs page. Thank you for listening.